So a very good evening to one and all. So I request everybody to settle down. And we'll be starting the first SoapBox of this General Election 2026. So we'll be starting with General Secretary Academic Affairs PG. So we have one candidate as Anshu. So we'll be starting. I'll be just telling you what all the things will be. So initially she'll start with her introduction, her motivation and vision for the candidature, and then followed by various things. Gradually we'll tell, then there will be panel discussion, and then the insights will be asking the question, then there will be some topic-wise questions. Right? So before we start, I'll just give her a few options of the debate topics. So she'll be picking 3 out of them of her choice, and we can just have one as an exchange just for diversity. So just see to it. If you want to change part of it. So do you wish to change either one? You would be given one choice.
Like I am going to debate on this.
Yes, I'll be telling you in future what we'll be doing as the things proceed. If you want to change, you can change one of the topic as per your wish. It's your right. If you don't want to change, we are okay with it.
Yeah. One.
You wish to change one?
It's okay.
So again the same topic in. So let's start. So you can start with your vision, introduction, vision and motivation.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Anshu. I am a PhD scholar at IIT Bombay from the Department of Energy, Science and Engineering. I come from a small town in UP, that is Trojabad, which is also known as City of Angles, and did my schooling from Navodaya Vidyalaya. Those who don't know, Navodaya Vidyalaya is a residential school with fixed or you can say fixed timings. So that early environment taught me what is the importance of structure, self-discipline or time management. And these are the qualities which I carry along with me for my overall journey. In IIT Bombay, I have served as General Secretary of Hostel 11, Student Companion under ISCP program, PhD representative of my department, and volunteer with Women's in Science and Engineering initiative. In 2025, I was also honored with the Institute Organizational Colors Awards for my contribution to this institute. These roles shaped me as a grounded and responsible representative at IIT Bombay. As I enjoyed interacting with people, as well as I always aware of what is going on around me. And these qualities help me to understand what are the issues PhD students are facing in their daily lives. And this motivated me to contest for this position, General Secretary of Academic Affairs Postgraduate, so that I can help make the environment academic friendly, or we can say a smoother journey for all of us. My vision is to build a resourceful and supportive environment for PG students, which include like providing, sharing FAQs, revamping the grievances portal, even including the safety concern of labs. So I am proposing to conduct safety checks and all with proper follow-up. Right now we are also facing the storage issues, so I'll plan to work on that as well by providing or at least updating the cloud storage issues. So these are the these are the vision which I wanted to carry on during my overall GSAA PG tenure. So if elected, I'll try to focus on addressing these issues and work on that. So now, open up to the questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I welcome our panelists. So we have from right to left, so we have Uzair, Mohammad Uzair as panelist number 1, then we have Shaturanjan Sir as panelist number 2, Parth Pandya as panelist 3, and Ronit Pawar as panelist 4. So we have two more, Keshav Reddy and Mahesh Anushila as the extended panelists. So we may start with you. So you would have 45 minutes to ask the question, and a question can have at a max 5 rebuttals. Right? So it's 4:45, so we'll go by 5:30.
Hello Anshu. I have a question on the mentioned career readiness and industry exposure point. You have mentioned that you want to organize a company fair for the students. So actually I want to know what will be your how will we approach it? That's the point. And second thing is on the policy and sustainable practices, where you have mentioned that ensure all events follow sustainable practice by reducing paper use. So I want to know, first of all, which are the events in which we are using the paper and other things, and how you are going to reduce it.
So I will start first with the company fair. Okay. So our plan is to first we will approach the companies and contact with the concerned persons, specifically those who just get into the companies, the students of our institute. So our motive is to conduct those company fairs is students should know what is going on currently in the companies, whether it's a skill or a research thing. If you get to know about the skills, these are the skills we need to get in the placements, then they can actually develop those skills in them, so that the placement process, if they will get to know about this at the end of the placement or during the placement, that it's difficult to develop those skills. So we wanted to focus what are the research trend, what are the soft skills company actually needed. So the company person which we are going to connect with actually talk about the overall scenario going on in the companies. What are their expectations from the candidate who are applying for the particular position, and definitely there are different type of skills required for different type of positions or job roles. So this is our focus.
You are saying about what are the things the student need to get the hired, but you have mentioned about you are going to organize a company fair. So you are saying that companies are going to come, right? So they are going to tell about their companies and the positions.
No, it's there. Our role actually comes into the picture, because we will contact them earlier and make sure that what we want them to deliver, they only deliver that part. It's not like their promotion thing they'll do during the company fair. That's not going to be happening. We want it to be student focused. What are the expectations they want from the students, or what are the skills required in their companies, and students will know that these are the skills they can develop if they wanted to go in particular companies.
And about that sustainable one?
Yeah, so I'm not saying that currently it is not in practice, but it's just an initiative we wanted to take. We try to reduce paper usage, because if you want to publish or you want to try to connect with students, most of the times in other events I observed in Moodai and in Tech Connect as well, there are multiple posters used and multiple paper usage are there. So we as a PGAC, we want to focus to at least practice this thing. So anyway we want to just help or participate in this sustainability thing. And for that, how can we do that? So I already discussed this with Institute Authority by displaying it on the screens wherever it is available, and also Institute is planning to install more screens. So that way, so our job is to at least update that event during before the event, at least we update on the screen. We have to upload it anyway. So it's our job. We or our team updated that screen time to time.
But As well as I remember, but I don't think we have an event where we are using the paper or anything. Like we generally have only posters which has to be displayed. So you are mentioning about the paper usage. So that too about PGAC, PG camp. So in that I want to know like where you are going to do this thing.
This is going to be happen in hostels as well, because displaying thing is on the social media is a different thing when you are going to officially display it on the hostel screens or department screens. It's completely different from whatever we are doing using social media. So this way you can think like that.
So you are saying that in every hostel you are going to give some digital awareness kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
So it would come under you or it would come
No,
under
but
HA?
it's our, screen will come under HA, but who is going to update that thing? If we are not going to give them, okay, these are the events we are going to be conducted, then how will they know this?
Who is going to update that?
Yeah.
Who is going to update?
Yeah, it's actually depend on the hostel, whether they will have with the medium only or system administrator. It's up to them.
Generally, PRO takes care of these things, digital goods. Yeah. Okay. So next question is for rebuttal. If you have any other, so you would be the fifth rebuttal for that question which you asked. So you want to ask any other question or a fifth rebuttal?
So I want to ask other question.
Another point.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So third one is like request to include exit degree in option masters. So can you tell me like which are the degree which are getting the exit degree and which are one they are not getting right now exit degree?
A postgraduate diploma, students are getting their degree, and there are some departments, specifically I talk about the MLS, they are not having such policy right now.
Specifically tell like which degree they don't have. Like which department does not give that exit degree?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. MLS, design, IDC.
Okay, so like do you know what is the criteria to get the exit degree like for MSc or MTech?
Yeah, there is some number of credit student has to be completed. Also, report thing or project reporting, it's vary from department to department. It's the department, you can say, department take that authority. What are their criteria?
Regarding when does the MSc exit degree has been like came into the force? Do you know about that?
Can you repeat that?
Like before we have only MTech exit degree, right? So I think then we came about that MSc also get the exit degree.
Yeah.
So do you know like in which tenure this policy was passed?
In Kunal tenure.
Right. So let's move to the next.
This question is related to career relations and industry exposure. And the second last point is expand the student acceleration program by increasing student participation and organizing more events focused on developing essential soft skills. So we are also conducting student acceleration program. So how you will ensure that increasing student participation?
Yeah. So for student participation, it's very important that we know okay, what student actually need. It's not like okay, whatever we want to conduct is beneficial for the student. So for that, I already proposed some events, but in the initial stage of the tenure, we plan to conduct a survey where we should know or we get to know okay, what are the main things students actually want which are not available online or they are not okay with that. So we started with that, like we will do the survey and we will give options as well and we will get to know okay, what are their expectations or what they want. So in that way only I think we can increase the participation because if we conducted the events which they actually want, they will come for sure.
So recently, I think Positive collaborated with us and we floated a form the WhatsApp students want to know. So the maximum students wants Skilling, which is MATLAB sessions. 70 students wants the MATLAB sessions, but when we conduct the MATLAB sessions, 25 participants are there. So it's not like that we are not taking the responses. We are taking the responses based on the responses we are conducting the event, but still the participation less. So what is the main problem?
So that might be, as far as I know, like the events the event you are conducting is like go on continuously, like this event and this event, January, February mostly. MATLAB session you talk about. So one more thing is the timeline is very important. You have to pre-prepare about that. When you are going to conduct that particular event, even before the starting of the tenure. That is very important, because if I'll after medicine I'll plan something, or if I'll plan something during the holidays, then obviously strength is going to be reduced. So this, this is the one major important thing. Other thing is, like as I said, you have taken the responses and all. Sometimes the student just fill and they don't know like if you are going to conduct MATLAB session, then they should know that this type of knowledge I am going to use in my research or in my daily life, daily academic work. So I think we can do one thing, we can actually tell them if this session you are going to attend, then these are the benefits you will be getting for your academic areas.
If you visit that form, we have write everything details, how it is aligned to your research work, how it will help daily life and research, and whatever tell that what is the time you are mentioning, because we have limited days like Wednesday in the afternoon and Saturday and Sunday. These three days we can work for the students are free in that. So how can you ensure that in which time, in which day students are wanted to participate in these events?
So one thing I want to mention, like if I propose I have a PDF or a message, I have an audio and I have a video, then what do you think, which one is more interacting or like take less time to understand what is going to be happening in that particular event? So we also plan to deliver information via video recordings, like small video or a small like story type thing, so that students don't have the pressure of reading all these things. So that might help.
But your point is increasing student participation.
Yeah, so for increasing participation also, like as you said, it's written already in there. But that's what I'm saying. If something is written, doesn't attract people that much. Something which is visible, people are interested, or they think that okay, it will take less time, then I'll go through with that video. So that might help, because sending information is a different thing, but how many students are going to read that information is a completely different. Okay, so first the thing is at least they reading is a different, they watch the video within 30 seconds and they got to know everything about that. That will be helpful, at least they'll get that information.
The next point is student support, wellness and communication. The point number is last second, revamp the grievance portal to ensure timely responses and clear tracking of all student complaints. So we have already in this tenure, we have already revamped the grievance portal, and also we are responding the student complaints time to time. So
Okay.
what will be extra?
So it's going to be, if you are going through with the support of IITB, support the state and all that. So there you see that you can check your status of the report, of the complaint, right? So we are planning to do something like that. So we are not going to mention which problem or what is your query or what is your concern. We just plan to give a code for your complaint. That you just see that code and you will get to know what is the status of your complaint. It's like live kind of live status. You should know about your complaint. Whether at least we saw that complaint and it's in progress, or we are having conversation or discussion with authority, or at PGAC stage, the stage or status we are trying to involve in that particular.
But generally, what happens? Suppose student complain in the grievance portal with the star, 1 star or 2 star, and generally week or bi-weekly we resolve the student. Suppose student mentioned that there is a 5-star problem and the emergency, Suddenly we just resolving the problems. So what is the problem in this tenure that you are going to give us in
So
your tenure?
this way, anyone can actually get to know about their status of complaint, at what stage it is. Because okay, if someone don't know, okay, we can put star or double star. And even they thought that okay, it's not necessary that this problem will be resolved in this week or something like that. Then only even then only they can track their complaint status. It's not like only if they will mention the star and double star. So it's speeding up the process. It's not like if someone doesn't mention the star or double star thing, we can delay that complaint. Okay, we cannot. So we in this you can think like okay, this is a speeding up of process. We will make sure that student will get updated about their complaints. So sometimes what happens is that when I am doing a complaint, I might not think that is very important and resolve in 1 week and like that. But maybe later 2 to 3 days, after 2 to 3 days, I am not going to register again another complaint. Maybe after 2 to 3 days, I think oh it has to be resolved in 1 week. So then I have to contact again or I have to connect with concerned person. Yeah, I mean I have to go out of the way. The form thing end there. But in that particular case, student already knows their status of complaint. This is the status, and even if they if they think yeah this needs to be prioritized, so we will try to speed up anyway. It's not like when they realize yeah it's an important thing.
So let me give you some facts. So in this channel, there are 4 emergency problems came by the grievance portal, and it is resolved within 2 to 3 days. And what you are telling, suppose there is a grievance, someone is responding the grievance, then we directly, in the WhatsApp number is given there, we directly contact them to know that in how many days they want to resolve the problem. And they are mentioned that 2 days, 3 days, or 1 week or 2 weeks, and then we give them exact date. By this date, your problem will be solved. So what is the difference between this and then? And whatever you mentioned that they are going to check what is the status, but they are mentioning that this is the 3-star problem. So it means that 1 week में ये solve हो जाना चाहिए. Suppose they are giving the 1 star, that means you can solve it in 1 month also.
So
suppose they are checking the status, still the problem will not resolve. The problem resolved by us.
I will just tell you the star is the priority, like the lesser the star and then you have seen in the form. And the data is very confidential, you cannot upload it anywhere. Like, even the names are confidential. Now, the current process and how it is different.
as I said, there is no tracking status in the complaint system. Sometimes what happens is like if that person is not even able to contact you by any reason, but he or she is busy in something, or he is not feeling well, he or she is not feeling well, or not comfortable with sharing again and again the same thing. So in that case, they can actually get to know. I mean, there are some students who are very introvert and are not very comfortable to call. They think like, okay, DJC is.
So to tell you, they do not call. We call after receiving their demands. So the current process is they file a complaint and we call and then we resolve. So
And sorry to interrupt, you said they are an introvert and they are not feeling comfortable to call us or contact us, and they are checking the status so many times. Is it possible?
Yes, because checking the status
What will be the
doesn't
benefit?
have any.
If suppose they are checking, what will be the benefit?
This,
Because suppose, let us example, you are putting in grievance. I just see that one grievance in your portal. So I just message in your WhatsApp, and I just give you a timeline that by this time your grievance will be resolved. And then what is the benefit? You are checking so many times. What is the status of it? But I have already given that by this month on the so let's say 10 February your problem will be resolved. Suppose you will go to the grievance portal and check on the 8th February, but still the problem will be solved by the 10th February. There is no benefit you are tracking the status updates.
see, if you are getting so many complaints, then you might ignore the complaints which are not having star or double star. That's very obvious. Very obvious. Like if you will get 100 complaints within a day, then you might ignore those problems. Okay.
In the student support, wellness and communication, you have mentioned you will make sure that SWC is hosting motivational sessions and you will encourage students to share their problems with faculty and students and their friends. Can you tell me what will be the consequences of sharing a problem with their friends and faculty?
The consequences, actually we put that point for positive impact. So the consequences, yeah, there might be some consequences, and for that you have to be aware. Like, see, I'm not saying that you will share everything with your faculty and friends, okay? But this is mainly, we are going to cut. I'll start with a motivational session. So what we are going to cover in that particular session is actually understanding the problem. Most of the time, one student feels that this is a problem, but if you ask someone else, he or she already know, no, this is not a problem, because I'm not in that good state of mind at that time. That is why only I think this is a problem. So it's depend on the state of mind as well, whether it's a problem or it's just a like panic or something like that. So motivational session also has this part. Student understand the actual problem, what is the problem, whether it is considered to be a problem or it's just a like mood swing kind of thing. So if that particular and there are very small problems which can be solved by just discussing with friends, or you can say that which is not even a problem. When you discuss with your friends, then you got to know about that particular thing. And another thing, important thing is that when you share your problem with someone like your friends and all, those friends were also might face that problem, okay, and they already know how to resolve that issue. This way you can save your time at least. Maybe you don't need to go a higher level or else. You just share with your friends. You just say whatever you want to say, and that relaxes you. And the extended process, no need to get extended. The main concern is that students are not even sharing their problems, which is a very big issue actually.
But I want to ask, if the problem seems so small, and if they're not sharing it, and if they're reaching out to SWC or any other body, why do you want to divert them to students or any other faculty members? And also, can you emphasize on what kind of problems that can arise due to this oversharing kind of thing?
No, I'm not saying about oversharing. If you are comfortable with sharing, I'm not going to force anyone. Okay, you have to share your problem with your faculty. And also, not with any of the friends. You know, these are my friends and these are not going to judge me. They will only help me. Then only you can share your problem with them. Na? You cannot just go and talk to any faculty. And also, you know, if this is my problem, then which part of problem I am going to discuss with the concerned person. It's not like you can talk everything about everyone. It's very specific. But the motive of this point is to at least share your problems, whomever you are comfortable with. And consequences, of course, is if you are not aware with which you are going to share your problem, the consequences are there, of course. And talking about the SWC are conducting so many sessions, they are also doing the surveys, but there is a gap between student and SWC because obviously they are the authorities and we are a student here. So reaching out is a bit difficult. So there we plays a role. PGAC, student companions, ISCP, IRSCP, they play a very major role because they are in direct contact with the student. So if even SWC are conducting some sessions and all, and if SCs are SC known that okay, this student is suffering with particular problem, then we can motivate them to actually go and attend those sessions.
But if a student is attending the session created or organized by SWC, and we also have
a talk with Rekha actually about that, and she clearly said that if the students' involvement will going to be increased, then the impact will be more.
But the impact actually is being created by the student companions already. They are taking the student who is suffering from any sort of dilemma or any other thing to the SWC directly. So why do you want to include any friends or faculty particularly in this kind of problem?
As I said, sometimes the problem is not that big, which needs to be exaggerated, or it's not necessary to go to SWC also. So if you are comfortable with sharing with your friends or faculties and the problem get resolved at that stage only, that will help. That will even students are like you can say hesitate to go to the SWC. So in that case, that will help for sure.
But if the problem is so small that they hesitate to go to SWC or they don't feel like they need to go to SWC, so why do you want to emphasize on those kind of problems where we have so much other problems, major problems that we need to focus on?
See, I am saying I am not going to force anyone to share it with faculty and friends. And you are talking about the SCs. I was the SC during 2023. Okay. And I was a student. SC is, you can say, a very early stage POR student intake. Okay? You are agree with that? Huh. So they are not even that experienced how to tackle all those things.
So
are you sure about that? Every problem students are suffering with, SCs are able to resolve those problems.
I want to ask you a counter question on this. Do you know about flourishing up and what
Yes,
kind of initiative that they have taken from this year onwards to create the next team?
Yes.
So, can you elaborate please?
So, I cannot say everything here. Can we stick to the point, please? Because they are planning. But I am not going to explain what other things they are going to conduct.
Alright.
So next question. 5 rebuttals over for this question.
So, you have mentioned that you will be taking anonymous service to audit the ground level impact of student wellness center. So, have you taken this to the SWC
Yes.
head as well as the Dean SA?
SWC, Rekha ma'am, I talked about that. And talking about the Dean essay, so it's just an anonymous survey to know what are the, students just tell ki the problem is getting resolved or not. If they want to, it's not like we are going to force them. The main reason of conducting this is SWC will also get to know because as I said, they are conducting so many sessions as well. But the problem is also they ask the student to fill the forms. So I got to know about that there are multiple forms where 70 students fill the form, but only 10 or 5 students came and attended those sessions. So these survey also help in understanding what might be the reason or what can SWC will do differently so that a student will come and interact.
Okay, so as you mentioned that earlier, that you will be creating videos in order to increase the awareness, where they feel like the written format is a little less feasible for themselves to read out stuff and fill something. So why do you feel that, firstly there are 3 bodies that are conducting such kind of surveys. Why do you feel that there is a need for you to conduct such kind of survey? And if you are conducting the survey, how will you ensure that the maximum number of students are getting targeted and the feedback that you are receiving is non-biased and it will lead to some constructive criticism or evolution of SWC?
So we will make sure that the upper or we say only few people are allowed to see all those responses. It's not like everyone can in PGSE or in general can see those responses and act on them. So that is major concern and we thought about that as well. What are you asking? Oh, okay, video thing, right? So it's like support students and we know there are multiple mails coming on a single day. So it's difficult to read, even students are ignoring those mails. So that will definitely help. As I said, if you have audio, video and PDF, you will prefer obviously video first, even the reels and all. So yeah, that will help.
And the later part of the question?
Can you repeat?
Where I mentioned that there are multiple bodies that are doing such kind of surveys. So what is the need that...
But the multiple bodies, they doing for their own thing, no?
What is reaching the
but reviewer can clarify the question, please.
Yeah, so I am asking you that you mentioned that when you send any Google form or anything for let's say the session that we are conducting and you want to receive that feedback. So rather than writing some stuff up, you want to send a video email.
Got it. So the point is that we are taking initiative to know exactly कि where are we lagging? Why students are not getting involved in those sessions which are conducting by SWC? They ask student, they initially float the form, I know, but the follow-up thing is not there right now.
It is there. Each and every student companion is in touch with their students, as you know, you have been a student companion yourself. So you
have they reported to the SWC?
Yes, multiple times.
But I have discussion with Rekha for that part. And another thing is that anonymous survey is a different incomparable to the direct connection with Essence. Because there are some students who don't want to share it with Essence as well. Or the thing is, there is one more thing.
So
like,
I want to ask you for interrupt. So if they are not willing to share it with their student companion, why do you feel that they will be sharing with you, and rather than sharing directly with the SWC counselors?
We are not going to focus on the problem. We are going to focus on whether they get the solution or not, and if not, at what stage it got stuck.
Okay, but I want to know the need, why you want to get involved, rather than just letting them go directly to the SWC.
Because there are some students who even go there and they see there is some misconception as well going on in the campus that this particular body is not working, we are not getting proper response from them. So we want that data, what is real scenario, what actually is going on. Only then we can ask someone to change the procedure or change the thought, way of conducting sessions, or the real impact. You understand? I am not going to ask you what is your problem. I am going to ask you whether if you complain, and what you thought if you complain, whether your problem is going to be resolved or not. That's a big question. So yeah, I mean, these things has to be clear.
Hi Anshu.
Hey.
My question is from Student Support and Business Communications. Like your first point says, provide a soft copy orientation handbook. So my main question is, what is the need? But before that, please tell me what are the current practices, how the PG students know that they have this orientation, how are they familiar with it? Like what is the need for orientation handbook?
So basically, currently Insight already has their handbook.
Okay.
And department handbook we used to send the student. But I have gone through with both of the handbook. There are some things which are not mentioned, and obviously it's very elaborated and long. So this actually, Dean sir also agrees on that. UG already have their handbooks, PG don't have. So in this, I can say that there are few things which are not even in Insight, not even in the department handbook. Okay. Because when you come into the campus, you don't know many other things. Like even don't know anything. You just scroll down the reels and YouTube videos. What are the other things in the campus and all. So I can give you an example like restricted areas. It's not mentioned anywhere. For new student, they don't know where to go and where to not. Okay. Another thing is which is very important for the new students is the LRWC courses and all. Because there are some students who faces problem in writing and even speaking and all, they don't know about the LRWC courses. So a few glimpses we can add into that orientation notebook. Another thing is the canteen locations, the timings and all. Third, Insight has the major location in their handbook, but they didn't mention or you can say that it's not there in their handbook where if you want to go for travel via local or what are mainly the transportation thing, how transportation works inside the insti. We can include one more new thing which which Abhay or Vikas did during their tenure, the auto part, the sharing auto thing which was not there. Okay, fine. So basically in last tenure it was there, the sharing auto thing. So students should know, because when the orientation comes, you know how auto person will react, that much amount of money you will give, I'll drop you there. So these things they will know via handbook as well.
Okay, but you have mentioned specific orientation, right?
Yeah.
At the start. Actually, there's already a practice, like what are the basic things a student should know. So they already get before coming to IIT Bombay. So I don't, you know, what is the way, like how students know? Like they get everything, like before even
via PGSA, GSAA PG mail.
No, actually, before that only they get mail from director.
Okay.
Everything is mentioned there. So even the map and everything, like how to reach and what. See, I don't see the need of extra.
But as I said, there are multiple things which are not already mentioned in this.
Okay, but still, even after practice mail, we send the mail. As a ICP body, we send the mail. There also we have our handbook.
Yeah, I know.
So have you seen the handbooks? Like
Yes.
whatever the things are there, like whatever you have mentioned, the restricted areas, it is already mentioned in there. The eateries, the timings.
See, I don't want to. That is department handbook you are talking about.
But we send before the orientation.
Yeah, but it's just like the PG orientation handbook, which also include current deans, current hostels, wardens, and G6.
Okay, so you think it is important
It
for
will
students to know
consist-
on the first day of his campus?
Yeah. Yes, of course. I am going to give an example about it, if you want. The hall manager and why do they need this information in their booklet?
Okay. Next question is regarding lab safety and software access. So you have mentioned request mandatory lab safety audits. So
Yes.
this mandatory requires authority. So which authority here?
Yeah. So Dean IPS,
So,
safety officer.
So you are going. How will you connect me? Implement this. How will you reach out all the departments to have a mandatory authority?
So it's done by the institute authority. So we don't need to reach out the department. We need to reach out the institute authority because in some department it is going on. In some department it's going on, but in some department it's not even started. So we just want to make sure that at least they will form a proper. There is a committee already for this purpose, but the thing is we want to be we want this thing to be in practice. It's not like once in a year they just wanted to.
Okay, so there are so many departments and so many labs are there. So how will you compliance that even after the checking it is done? Who will track the compliance?
So I have discussed this with authority. He clearly said that if you have an initiative, we will be happy to consider it and we will think how we will work on it.
But who will compliance? Like they will say whatever they want to. But how do you track all the things if the things are done?
Yeah, we can take help of our ours and PhD rep if they want, PhD reps and PG sets, whether it is going on or not. So for that, PGAC team has to be active.
Hello, I am Shu. So I have certain questions regarding career readiness and industry exposure. So over there you have, I think it's in the second point you have mentioned, conducting interview preparation sessions and all. So over here, just giving a glimpse, already there's a body called as SARC. So they are already conducting some sessions like placement mentorship program, student mentorship program, and also placement cell comes over here. So how exactly you are going to be different, because already there are two bodies working over here, and again the same point you have mentioned, like what exactly they are doing right now, also you are doing the same, but how exactly you will be different compared to these bodies?
So basically, if I say these sessions are conducting for masters for sure and UGs for sure, but PhD don't have any such sessions because we can say the timeline is not fixed for PhDs. We can say that. So we are going to conduct it for everyone, but it's better if PhD will come and join those sessions because this will help them a lot because they are not having any such kind of interview sessions. Another part is that those interview sessions are like you can say where there is no core and non-core difference is fine, but some departments it's completely different, like core and non-core interview sessions have different type of questions and different type of approach needed to answer those questions. So such kind of awareness, if someone asks you regarding the core and non-core thing, then how can you answer differently in those different interviews.
I mean, there's a follow-up question over here. As you mentioned, these are also, this is also for PhD students, not only for masters and UG. They are also giving support for PhD students. So, I mean, as you mentioned, it's not for PhD, but it's for PhD also.
Yeah,
so
but
it depends on their motivation to take it.
yeah.
Or
So we, if we are here to support a student, so we'll definitely try that.
I mean, the other thing is resume building session. So, already there are resume building sessions from different. So the only
Yes.
thing is, I just want to know like how exactly they are going to be different.
Yeah, so in some cases I heard that they are not following the IITB resume format. So that will, yeah, in masters it is there, I know. But PhD don't, in case of PhD, it's very difficult, or even students are not aware of how many number of resumes we have to prepare. What content we have to include in those resumes, even like long and short, long and short resumes we need to prepare. So if you are going to prepare long resume, what things has to be there, and if you are going to prepare short resumes, what things you are going to mention. Same for the core and non-core jobs. Okay, what are the skills, what are the projects you should focus on more in core and in non-core. So there are multiple things which are, see, the resume section which are going on is like started like whatever previously done is currently going on. But there is no new thing is included in those resume sections. They are like, okay, these are the things you have to mention those things. But I am going to add more things like the core non-core difference, skills, how to mention and what things need to be mentioned in two different type of resumes. So these all are the things I am going to conduct in this.
I mean, that's completely true. I agree regarding this, but already this is being conducted by placement cell, and everything what you have mentioned is already being said and informed by the placement cell. I mean, there are resume building sessions which were taking place on the, and I don't know the other.
Cantilever lab, yeah, that is for masters,
So,
not for PhDs.
no, it's not for master. I mean, it's for everyone. It's
Yes,
generic
yes.
for everyone, I guess.
Specifically, PG masters placement team conducted those sessions.
But yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, what all skills you mentioned and all. Already this will be mentioned by Cantilever labs, so I don't see anything more.
Yeah, but it's not PhDs are going there.
And also another
And
question.
also one more thing, like if you are going for research, how I mean, you have number of skills. But if you are going for research and if you are going for like teaching and all, then you should know how you are going to represent your skills in those two different genre of jobs.
So you are going to collaborate with the Cantilever labs, or else you are going to make a separate
We'll see.
sessions.
We'll see.
And also next thing, regarding the student support and wellness and communication. So you mentioned here ensure buddy support for late arrival international students. So already this happened.
Yeah, happened but not functioning.
It's functioning.
No, I talked with the higher officer staff.
No,
They
even
clearly said that we are the one who went with the student for. Even when I went to meet them, at that time also that officer staff person will go with the student and resolve their issues.
So over
That
there,
exception.
there are, I mean, as mentioning over there. So international, there are exchange and full time. So you can ask anyone from the students
I
itself.
already did.
And you can also go and
I already did.
executive officer in IR office. You can ask.
I have talked with each and every officer staff of IR.
I share your
Yes.
Did
Yeah, I know,
you ask
I know.
No, I'm asking, did you ask ISIR PG that is this being covered or is it still pending, because inside is marked in a midterm as a green.
Yeah, so that's the point. It's not about just to provide IR buddies. The main thing is that they will work with them. It's not like, okay, we'll give them, but it's not IR buddies. It's like, but whenever they need help, they should be there. It's not like, okay.
Yes, there are actually. So when talking about this thing, an additional question over here. So the people who came, as you mentioned, late. So late arrival. After the students who came after 1 or 1.5 months, still we were there, and we also have assigned TCs and
I went
everyone.
last to last week only. And that time they told, see how I got to know about that. They told me that this is happening.
The thing is, which you are mentioning is too generic in the sense. Because you are not targeting the whole.
And it's not only like, it's not only when if they come late, there are not very few things. Okay, when they came, there are very few things which IR buddies will cover, which we used to tell them, okay, this academic thing, the course thing you can do, but there are other problems as well. Okay,
Like anyone probably mentioned.
like course selection thing, their buddies can help. And you also mentioned this part, like
But
buddies.
for the course selection, already there are SCs, right? SCs,
Mhm.
BPCs, and all.
Mhm.
So, I mean, they are in charge of that.
Mhm.
So, the IR buddy only calls or else informs the SC or DC saying that this is a student who is in your department, so please help me.
Mhm.
So, any more thing which you want to mention over here?
See, it's very. I'm okay with that SC thing, but when because SC has to cover all the students, not only particularly for IR students. Okay, so the one who is directly interacting with the IR should know much better than SC ki how to deal with them or how to like help them, or they are even more comfortable with IR buddies obviously because they are going to be there with each and every stage. So yeah.
So I have a question, Anshu. So regarding the follow-up question, the Bombay user. So regarding the company fair, so we have a PG students from diverse departments like humanities, energy, science, metallurgy. There are so many departments, and for that, if you want to focus on current job roles like company fair, so it would require hundreds of companies, which is logistically impossible parallel to the placement team. So, yeah, we are able to manage and calling 10 to 15 companies or maybe 20 companies to the campus. So, it will be allocated to the 90% of students who is not relevant to that job role or that company. So, what is your exact strategy to deal with it and which timeline you are going to plan this?
Mhm.
As placements are starting from August. So, which timeline and what is the strategy to call and cover all the job roles or companies?
Yeah, so after
Regarding the
orientation,
logistics too. Regarding the logistics.
so after orientation definitely, and before medicine, that would be a better option to conduct those sessions. And even in the like after first placement season. So talking about the 90%, so yeah, as it's a start, we might face some problems, and during the period of time we'll understand how to resolve those problems. But see, if we approach multiple number of companies, it's not necessary that they will.
How do you approach to the companies? So it is already done by the placement team. How can you contact to the placement team? They won't share any information regarding the company's roles and all.
No. Like that, we will get the data. Okay, what are those companies who are coming for the placements? And even there are some new companies which are not coming for the placement, but they have the job role for IT.
So does placement team give you that data? Have you talked to them?
I have discussed with them, yes.
So,
But see, it's not like I have to discuss, I have to be in contact with them, or they are the ones. We will get to know about students as well. Ki what are how many number of students are placed earlier, and in which company they were getting placed. So they are all. The point is, it's not like I'm going to contact 100 companies. First, we have to decide what type of companies we have to target. It's definitely vary from department to department, and that we will get to know from their alumni. Okay, and those alumni, obviously, the juniors know where are they placed. Another thing is, when we obviously connect with the companies, it's not definitely they are going to say yes to us. Correct. So that's the other part of the problem. If they said no, then they have to approach someone else. So that's a long process, and I mean long and elaborated. If I'm going to elaborate here, it will take time. So we can approach them and we'll try to make sure we can take help from the student PJC team. SCs, they know okay, how many of the students are placed and what are the companies and all. That would also help. And as I said, there are some companies which are not even coming to the IIT for placement. So if we approach new companies as well, they might come during the placement season.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Analyst, for the questions, and thank you, Anshu, for answering them patiently. Yeah, so next we have the topic debate. So I shared with her 6 topics. Out of them, she picked up 3 kids. So which topic would you like to answer first? So I'll just
already discussed this one.
yeah, I'll just read out the details of topic debate. So you can just take 2 to 3 minutes for a particular topic. I'll be asking a question. Then 2 to 3 minutes to figure out the strategy, how what is the feasibility, the other things, and then you can just talk about it. Like let's say again 3 to 4 minutes based on your strategy and stuff. So which topic should we start first? Yeah, so the first topic is AI usage and thesis. So I'll just ask you a question. So AI usage and thesis, are you aware about some policy or some decision that is being passed for AI usage and thesis? Thesis includes the BTP, MTP, and the PhD thesis. One. Secondly, what are your opinions on the policy passed? If it is positive, and what are the shortcomings which need to be added, and what are the negatives of this AI usage policy which you wish in your tenure to get revised and get it for the students' benefit, and how it will help, especially the PhDs during their thesis submission, to figure out what part of the AI component is being used, because there's a great confusion you might have also encountered while your groundwork with the PhD students, that they're still figuring out which component to add and which not to. So you can take 2 to 3 minutes to think all of this, and then you can start.
So these policies you are asking about, particularly in IIT Bombay, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. So IIT Bombay, yes, everything here includes the whatever the points are with respect to the IIT Bombay's Senate's decision for us.
Okay, so talking about the policy at IIT Bombay regarding the AI usage thesis, I'm not sure whether it is shared to each and every student of IIT Bombay. Might be work is going on, or it's not published at least. That I am sure about it.
So to give you an update, it's already there, and even during thesis submission, they have to fill.
Yeah. So the thing is, they might share it with the student who are going to submit their thesis and all. But with each and every student of IIT Bombay don't have this, as far as I know. I think it's not there. So we cannot say that the policy is completely published or students should know about it. So if you are saying it's there and students are not going to are not getting it, or they don't know about it, so that is where I play the role, and I'll definitely, because I mentioned one thing also, there are different policies like for startup and all. So we want to make sure that the student will get updated about that these are the policies exist in our institute. Okay, another thing is how so AI usage and thesis, because I don't know what points has covered in those policies, but as far as I know, for APS report and all, it's definitely mentioned that the plagiarism thing. So if you use AI for just rewriting your idea, like grammatical error you want to improve, or you have some idea but you don't know how to reframe it. So this way, if you are using AI, that will help. But if you are asking AI to give you an idea, is completely wrong. So yeah, using AI ethically is in thesis will help, and we cannot say that we cannot use AI for any purpose, because as it's very important thing, because word is going around AI and all. So it's very important that we should know how to use it in different ways and all. So just discarding AI is not a solution, obviously. We have to use it, but we should learn in what ways and how we can use it ethically in our thesis and in even in any other purposes as well.
So I'll just give you 2-3 key points here. So it's public, one. If you might have done with the PhDs, how they have been like asked. So it's like what part of that thesis they have written. Specifically, I'm talking about PhDs because their thesis is the main component of their journey. So what component they have used as rephrasing, which all AI, let's say GPTs have been used here, and yeah. So whether they took the idea, whether they rephrased, they have to write it down with their consent.
Okay.
So I'm just giving you a so
Mhm.
you can just again just answer this question since you were not aware.
Mhm.
No worries.
Mm-hmm.
So you will get to know soon.
Mm-hmm.
So this is being passed when I joined. Like it was in, I guess, April or the July
Mhm.
Senate, and it's public.
Mhm.
And all
Public
those,
where? Can you mention the platform?
so it's in the rule book of PhD. So yeah,
But
and they have the
it's,
forms while submitting the thesis form. They have to just fill that.
yeah,
form.
that I know. While submitting even report and thesis form, they have to mention that much percentage of AI or that much.
Yeah. So plagiarism is another component, not exactly
Yeah,
AI.
it's not
I would say.
exactly
So
AI, but
plagiarism is separate out, and AI is separate component, which has been recently added after the 2 years of Senate discussion.
Mhm.
So it started in 2023, in 24, and then gradually passed in my tenure.
Mhm.
So the component of AI we need to mention every at least the
Report
PhD.
and thesis, yeah.
And there is some percentage, like plagiarism percentage is there, 10%
Mhm.
in this, 20% in this, and the self color 30%. And the plagiarism का भी policy है, which has to be signed by the supervisor who will do.
We have the PhD over here, and इसमें we don't see any of these rules mentioned.
Are you seeing the updated one?
The one that's published on the internet.
Just
I
can you?
can't find it. I'm sorry.
You cannot find it because.
Maybe you could just share the new version of this one, but I guess can't find it.
Yeah, sure. So after this discussion, we'll check.
Thank you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
So you got the glimpse what the policy is.
So if you as you said, there is already rephrasing thing and all is mentioned, then definitely my point is to make aware student कि what are the AI policy we have and what they should follow.
Done. Next, let's start with the next topic. So, next is inclusion of PhDs in events. Okay. So, the question is, before COVID, the PhDs were very enthusiastic, very active, and there was really a competition between the masters and the PhD who would be involved in so many events and stuff. Since after COVID, there's a drop in every, I would say, degree, but a very exponentially decreased in the PhD inclusion in the events. So how would you ensure that these guys, I would say PhD students or scholars, would come into the events? One, the events include any form of events. It's a skill event. It's for their SWC event, let's say their wellness event, or even like we have chai pe charcha in the departmental event, in the conference event, which is held only at IIT. I'm not like, taking the event which is being
Can you mention some departments where you already conducted that session? Because I talked with some students, they said there is no such session going on in their department for past years.
So if I talk, so we have chemical, we have CSE, we
CSE
have
already
CRMTS,
already
we have electrical, we have civil, where these things happen regularly.
So what are the strengths? Strength. You are saying.
So out of
it's an informal session as far as I know, right?
Yeah, I'm just talking April. So just this is a discussion. Like you have to do it. Rather than asking me a question, it's your like I'll be asking you a question rather than you asking me a question. It's like
No, I'm just saying you mentioned that.
So we'll discuss that later. That's a separate thing. So you need to ask. So yeah. So how would you include PhDs? What is your strategy? And how would you ensure? Let's say we have 31 to 32 academic units at IIT Bombay. At least 10 from each academic unit comes. So we would have 300 students, a big number of only PhDs. So how would you just do it? What is your strategy? How feasible it would be, your feasibility of your strategy and the execution?
So as I earlier mentioned about the need of the PhD student, what kind of events they want to be conducted. We will do the survey and got to know what are their interests, what they want, and if we'll focus on that, we'll definitely get the good number. Another part is like even your initiative of Chai Pe Charcha, student initially they don't know what is going to be happening in that particular session, and there comes a role you have to like work. You have to manage your time. It's very important thing I can say. Sometimes what happens is the students are so much busy in their research and all, and after that they got exhausted and they feel like, okay, if I'll go, I can't go there because I'm not, I don't want to, and they are really enjoying scrolling reel on the bed and all. So firstly, we have to make sure that they will know there are things you can work on, there are things you can enjoy. It's not only about research. Life is a very big thing. It's not only about these 5 years. You will get after these 5 years, you know how to deal with other things, how to manage. Even see, once you are in a job, you have to manage lot of things: the family, your job, your sleep, your mental thing. So it's better if they'll. It's better for them as well if they are going to prepare from now onwards. Then their life will become easier in future as well. So for motivation, I think they should know how to manage time, and for that discipline, self-discipline, you can say. Time management is a very big thing, and avoiding distractions like Insta and all. It's not a bad thing, but when it comes to like wasting your time on those platform is not a good part. You can learn new skills utilizing that particular time and all. So that will definitely help the PhD student to involve in the events.
Just one. So how strategy you told, like how would you implement it?
Yeah. So implementation, I said we are going to do surveys, and then after surveys we will conduct those events so that they will come and join those events. Other than that, we'll make sure that each and every student should know that these are the events are going to be conducted on that particular day. Because sometimes they don't even know that these are the events going on, and later on when they listen from someone else, then they might go, if I have known this earlier, then I might go there. So yeah, this way we can increase the involvement of PhDs as well.
So this we are like generally we are doing system we are okay. So then it's the placement for PG. So it's a big topic, placements for PG. I'll just ask 3-4 questions. So currently, if we see the scenario, the placements for PG is decreasing. One, it's more of, it's a, the review has come to us as a more of a UG dominant, and still there is a less decrease in the placement. If you talk about the masters, okay, they compete with bachelors, but for PhDs there are very few companies coming, and very, I would say not an academic things, like academic positions, universities or organizations are coming. So for this, how would you help these PG community specifically to have a gain in their placements, ensuring at least some percentage, let's say 0.1% in increase in during your tenure? Second.
So there comes.
So this includes what would be your strategy and how would you implement, and how with whom all you will be collaborating, or you will be working solely and performing all the strategic activities.
So there comes the company fair point actually. So the thing is, if you mentioned the PhD part, so I got to know about during my roundabout as well, that there are a lot of companies which has the job role where PhD can fit, but they are not opening it for PhDs because they don't know if there are some PhDs exist already which are suitable for that particular job. So during company fair, that company fair actually helps. When they come and they interact with the student, they got to know, okay, there are the PhD students which can come and join for that particular job role. So during placement time, those companies might open that particular job role for PhD student as well. Other thing, so yeah, that this is implementation thing as well. And another thing I told about the interview session. The student should know what to mention in what kind of job roles. It's not like if you are going for research, you cannot mention or you can modify your answers as per the interviewer. Like if you are going for a teaching or consultancy job or something else, you should know what type of answer you will give for particular placement thing. Collaboration, definitely we will collaborate with PG placement team for like wherever it needed, we think or they think we will help, then definitely we will collaborate. Even in the resume building session and interview session, PhD placement teams ask PGAC to conduct those sessions, so that will be the collaboration thing for sure.
So how would you implement it? So you told the strategy. Let's say you will have placements, collaboration with placement team. You will have different sessions. You focus on the PhDs. So more of how to represent their work, how to present the things. And
so implementation is when we approach companies. There are new companies as well, which not even came to placement season in our. So when we approach them and we will contact with them, then we'll ask them to come and or they might themselves interested in coming for placement. So the implementation part is very important regarding the company's thing. They will come and come for placement and open the opportunity for PG student as well. And for that, interaction with those companies and concerned member is very important. Yeah. This is how we will implement.
Thank you. So this marks an end to the debate session. Now let's move to the next phase, the next point. Yeah. So next we have a background check. So we'll be asking a few questions on your background. So I'll just read out your credentials. So you are PhD rep in your Department of Energy Science and Engineering. Then you received an Institute Organizational Colors Award. Then you were General Secretary for Hostel 11. Then you were SC for ICP. And you were the volunteer in WISE, ID Bombay. So I would like to know what were your roles and responsibilities and your contribution apart from your roles and responsibilities during your PhD representative tenure at your department.
Apart from the roles and
So
responsibilities.
I want to know roles and responsibilities and your contribution additional to the roles and responsibility.
So in my department, the main role and responsibility for PhD representative is to attend the DPGC meeting, and whatever the discussion is going on, just give your input and have a proper discussion if you are not agree with something. Another thing, apart from that, apart from roles, the concern, if student is like raising something and it is not getting resolved, or whether talking it to HOD or any other DPGC member, yeah, so it's there only. Apart from that, what we did is like the change in the supervisor thing. So there are some students, those who don't know how to deal with this change of supervisor part. So there also we help by convincing authorities and all. Other than that, there is this course structure issue is there during my tenure, where they ask us to like add or remove some courses. Like they want, this is very easy, why you are going to take that like that. So there we actually had a proper discussion, proper reasoning thing, this has to be there and all. So in student favors we talk about that as well. And yeah, these are the things we used to do.
So about your contribution.
Yeah, so my contribution
roles and responsibility being in PGC.
PhD representative.
PGC, and you said
There are some confidential things which I cannot mention here, in which student representative role is not that important, and even they said no, you are not required there. But we went there and talked to them, this is not going to be happening. Please consider this. These are the concerns of a student. Keep in mind of these as well.
So next check is like, can you mention your tenure of Hostel 11 General Secretary? From which month to which month you were, like from which month year, comma to month and year at Hostel 11 as a GSAA?
So it's from August 23 to January half of 25. But it's not like officially January 10 or something I passed it on. So yeah, 25, January 10.
Okay, so but you were 25. So
Yeah, it's not my.
January 1, 2023 and December 31st, 2023.
Yeah, so the thing is, before that, before GSEC in 23, served as a warden as well for 2 months, for 2 to 3 months. So basically, I was active in council from and as an acting, you can say warden or as an active GSEC. So I was not mentioning here this part. So the thing is, this I confirmed with the institute authority, only then I am mentioning here. So it's not my problem, because according to the authority, council should be started in Feb itself, Feb or March you can say. But because of some consequences and all, delaying in the council position is there. So they actually gave me this tenure. I am not the one who is giving it to me.
You're saying according to rules and so much, but Hostel 17 council starts from October, so we cannot debate on this. Okay, fine. So we have the background check done, and let's move to the next phase. And now the next phase is for the question and answer. So we would like to invite inside, and then they can have their questions. So here you would have a question, and a request came since it's a single candidate, 15 to 20 minutes, let's say, and a question not more than 3 minutes, and you have, yeah.
Hello.
So, do you want an additional mic or one notebook?
So our first question is regarding the point expand the student acceleration program by increasing student participation and organizing more events focused on developing essential soft skills. What specific changes will you introduce in outreach, incentives, or structure to ensure higher student participation beyond simply increasing the number of events?
It's not about the increasing the number of events. It's like student focused events, like where they are interested in. It's not that I'm going to conduct 10 sessions and the strength is not that much, like 5 students are coming for each and every session. It's not going to work, definitely. So we'll try to expand it in such a way student take help from that. It's not that we just wanted to conduct, so I'm going to conduct it. It's not going to like that. We will make sure that student will getting benefited from them. They will know what are the benefits they are going to have with that particular session.
So if students are not participating in the session and the amount of students participating in is less, then you will not conduct those sessions. Is that right?
No. That is where the survey thing comes in. Okay, how we'll get to know what are their interests. It's not that I want to conduct this particular session and I'm going to conduct it. I first know what are their priorities, what are their needs. Only then we will plan the particular events, SAP events. Yeah.
How will you ensure that the survey gets enough responses to
Yeah,
give an idea about the population?
Yeah, definitely. So for that, we'll make sure that PGSE team work well, and connect with the student, ask them to motivate them to at least respond, because the events we are going to conduct is only going to benefit the students. It's not for others, right? So the point is the PGSE team, whether it's ISCT, ISCT or anyone, they will play a major role here to motivate the student, to ask them to at least see the form, respond on the form, give the surveys, so that they will get benefit from that SAT program. Because there are multiple things we have in the institute, but the results impact, we have to focus on that as well.
Okay, you have mentioned in your manifesto that you ensure all events follow sustainable practices. And you stated in the debate earlier that you observed events like Mood Indigo and Tech Fest have rampant usage of plastic, but the PG Academic Council has limited control over most of the campus events, even the PG specific ones, right? So do you think this falls under the roles and responsibility of the GSAA PG?
Yeah, definitely, but it's not a roles and responsibility, it's person's choice to work on sustainability. It's not a roles and responsibility, definitely. Because it's a choice of an individual. If that particular person want to be sustainable or not. It's not roles. It's not comes under roles and responsibility.
But given that you have other major responsibilities as well that you have mentioned in the manifesto,
so definitely. So
the logistic feasibility and scope that you have over other events such as you mentioned Mood Indigo and Tech Fest. So do you think that is logistically feasible?
Yes, definitely. I mean, here I only mentioned the screen part, but food arrangement after event, if PGS is conducting some events where there is a food arrangements and all, then you will make sure that the material we are using has to be sustainable friendly. We try to do it as far as we can do, but it's not like we want to be part of this sustainable practice and all.
And many of these practices are already mandated under existing institute policies. So what additional value does this proposal add beyond what is already being done?
If it's already in practice, then why do we need to focus that much on sustainable? But we have to, because it's not in practice. That's the whole point. There are multiple things. Even you can like the one thing I mentioned already, food thing. Okay, so food wastage as well. You can see mixed waste, which cannot be separated. So students don't even practice this part of this part. Like they used to eat in the same plate. They used to throw food with the plate. You cannot separate those two parts, okay? And there you cannot, if you are going to throw those two different things in two different dustbins, even the basic things like the wet, dry, and normal thing, they are, if you are talking about the sustainability practice, there are multiple things which we as a student, we as an individual are ignoring, including each and every student of IIT.
We agree with that, but given previous attempts like single-use plastic was also banned in the institute, but
I don't want to mention the body, but I am already working on that, the sustainability practice thing, and there is a lot more we can do.
But
As
actually the question is that how would you ensure compliance?
yeah, so that's what I am saying. At least, if you talk about the PG camp, team of around 400. So what do you think? If these 400 people will practice the sustainability thing, won't it help in overall institute effect or not? And if I am a PGAC team member and I am doing this sustainable practice thing, won't I be motivate some other student to do these things, my friends and all? So this will help definitely.
So you have a manifesto point regarding including an exit degree option in master's program. So this was addressed to some extent in the first round of debate, but I'd like to ask again, since this initiative was carried forward from the previous tenure and has already been largely completed, which specific gaps remain and what concrete part of the process are you aiming to complete during your term?
So there are some departments, as I mentioned, one, members, where it's not already there. So our focus is like keep there, it's not there. I mean, just extend it. You see, that's what I said, request. Because I'm not going to implement something new. I'm just going to carry forward it and request to authorities, like if some departments are lacking this particular policy, then please introduce there as well.
So this is the next question is regarding the point increase awareness about institutes policies on research-based startups and patent patents. Given this information already exists publicly and motivated students can access it on their own, what specific role will you play personally or institutionally to make this awareness meaningful rather than passive?
There are a lot of things available already in the institute, websites and all. But the point is, yeah, you definitely the students who are very motivated and approachable or like interacting students, they should get to know about this very easily. But still, 90% or I can say 95%, the number is very few which you mentioned is only 5% students who actually know about these policies, and if they want to, they can go through with those things and all. But there are 95% of students who don't even know that such policies exist and what are the clause of those policies, what are different, even I have a lot of examples about that. They don't know about it. Even if they want to, like, see, if you are talking about the GSAA department student, they know everything about this because this is their genre, okay? So, but if you talk about other departments students, even when, or as a PhD or as a master's student, if we talk about the master's student, they come here for only 2 years, and during that time, they are very much focused on the course credit and all. They don't even, they have the idea, but they don't know what to do with that particular idea. Whether IITB is going to supporting for that particular idea and all. And if there is a source from which they can get fund and all, even for the startups and all. So providing, existing already in the website, I agree, but knowing about that particular policy is completely different because they are very busy, technically speaking, they are very busy in their course and all. There are some students who have idea, but because of lack of sources, they are not going to like for these things. So our focus from auras, from PGAC team, from SCs, at least if they have idea and they discuss and they want to know, even if they don't want to know, we will make sure that they should know, they will know about the policies and all.
But I mean, who would say a person is not interested or doesn't want to know about it, he's too busy, and
Sometimes,
does not want
yeah.
to he would not want to know, or he would not read, or he would not attend those things which you will be conducting. So how would you give this information to them?
I can say one thing is sometimes what happens, if you don't know that this opportunity exists, you don't even think about that. This happens. If I know that there is a system which can provide me fund, if I have some idea, then I at least try to think about that particular idea, because I know, okay, this is going to be this is going to help me. But if I don't even know about that, I don't want to think in that particular direction. So there are, I can say 30% of the students who are not even thinking about the new startup or entrepreneurship thing, but if they will get to know about the policies and all, they might think in that direction as well.
So how would you do that? How would you make sure that every person would know?
Yeah, so here comes the social media and the videos thing, or the PGAC team. They will regularly send and share those policies with the student, because right now we are not even having, the publishing thing and the sharing thing is not even there. Very frequently, it's once in a 2 to 3 months we'll get to know. Even I don't even remember when I saw such type of information via mail and all. I remember during 23 there is one workshop, there is one meeting on that particular thing, which where only the secretaries are allowed. So yeah.
So you have two manifesto points. One is regarding regular updates on the GSAA portal, and another is regarding the SAP program. So both of these points, GSAA portal and support for SAP, were already part of last year's manifestos and are currently ongoing. So what additional changes and value addition?
Regix portal is not ongoing, and SAP, yeah, soft skills are there, but as I said, expanded. Regix portal is not.
Exactly how are you intending to expand it, and what additional value are you going to introduce to this revised
So expand, I think I already answered that particular question by surveying and keeping in mind the needs of the students. That way we will conduct those sessions.
To the portal, can you be specific to that?
Regix portal, yeah. So basically, it's not even the last year, it's last year point. There also this thing
We
mentioned.
did match the,
Yeah.
this point was in the last year's manifesto.
Yeah, no. So the thing is, it's written, but it's not in practice. If you can search, that we already had discussed, if you can search, there is no such Regix portal exist. So updating and implementing that particular part is obviously. And I actually had discussion with the concerned person who started that particular idea. So he had no issues with that.
So next question is regarding the points suggest restructuring of annual program seminar evaluation. Given that the policy of this restructuring was drafted nearly 3 years ago and has appeared repeatedly in successive manifestos, what specific difficulties were encountered during earlier tenures that prevented its implementation?
I think that should be answered by the previous GSAA. They will be, because they were in their those meetings. I can answer, but it's not.
But I'm asking this question because if you know those problems.
See, sometimes what happens is, yeah, so sometimes what happens in those meetings, like, there are multiple authorities sitting there. Some of them are going to agree on it, but some say no. So we have to talk each and everyone. Okay, what are the reasons why they are saying no for a particular policy and all. So it's under process. I don't want to be getting in too much detail of it because it's not already published. So I cannot share with you as well about it. Form thing is already there. Form restructure. Form of APS form is already restructured. But there is particular thing which I'm sorry I cannot say here.
So you have a point regarding regular updating of departmental websites. So this typically falls under the individual department's authority and is not necessarily pertaining to the GSA PG. So how would you ensure that these updates happen on time across all departments?
So yeah, it comes under the department thing, but as a PhD, as a PGAC rep or as a student rep, it's our duty as well that all these website has to be updated so that the student would know what are the things going on, and definitely we will take help. We are going to request them. I'm not going to say that okay I'll do that and this. We are definitely going to request, and we can talk to Dean AP of course academic program about that to ensure departmental website has to be updated time to time.
So the next question is regarding two manifesto points actually. Provide a soft copy orientation handbook for postgraduate students, and the other one being enlist FAQ document addressing common academic related queries. So you also mentioned earlier that you would like to add these things. There's something missing from the both of these documents, but
there is no FAQ documents currently.
That is true, but
We believe that it exists on multiple departmental websites.
Yeah, if you talk about in general, single PGAC website I'm talking about.
So our question is that, do you think it would be more efficient to add this new information you want to add to the existing resources, like asking the inside team or the department handbooks to add this information, or just say when the vintage is going on, rather than getting another handbook and what?
See, I'm not saying I cannot collaborate or I cannot take help from them as well. Definitely will do, but as a PGAC, this FAQ document because I'll get to know about such like we have multiple queries which are of like similar kind of, and we used to have it in 2017 to 19 tenure. This FAQ list is there already. The thing is when you ask student to like fill the form for their complaints, in those FAQ documents there are some queries which are very common already listed in that particular FAQs, and it's like a short kind of FAQs. It's not like if you mentioned in some department there is already an FAQ, but that department booklet is very huge and no one wants to read and go through with all the document where is the FAQ and whether I don't even know my query is there or not. So it's very short and crisp so that the students are comfortable with it.
So you have the manifesto points on organizing resume building and interview preparation sessions, which are basically carry forwards from the previous tenure. And since most of these events already take place every year, what exactly would be done differently this
I think I already answered that question to this twice. Like there is a big difference, whatever is being conducted and whatever I am going to conduct. The core non-core thing, the resume format, IITB resume format has to be followed by whoever is going to come and speak about that particular resume building session and interview session, as I said, core and non-core differences, multiple things. So it's completely different from that whatever is going on.
That's all.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you Insight for your questions and thank you Anshu for your answers. So let's move to the next part. So now we have the audience opening. So audience, do you have any question to be asked?
Can I just from the manifesto only you can ask? Okay, yeah, I will ask the manifesto. So first of all, congratulations for showing the courage to nominate yourself.
Thank you so
and
much.
going through this such a big process. And secondly, good luck for the upcoming ahead of journey. Now, I have gone through your manifesto. It's really commendable, and if it is implemented with the given amendments, so I think it will be way forward.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I best.
yeah, I have few things to say on this manifesto. See, when you mention the lab safety and lab curriculum, physical science and applied science do have their lab, the closed environment, whereas social science and management students, their lab is particularly the natural environment and the society itself. So when you ensure the security and the policies for these physical science lab, so the social scientists, the social PhD scholars doing research on social issues, when they go to the field itself, they faces a lot of issues. For example, the inconvenience of collecting data, approaching the authorities, and the long process taking too much of time, as well as the financial issue. So in this regard, do you have any kind of idea that yes, and while ensuring the lab curriculum or lab safety here in the physical science, as well as it should be somewhat some conveniency as well as some financial help to the students who scholars who actually need to do things there. So this is one thing, and second important.
One question you are allowed.
Okay, one question. One important question can I just add? I felt is basically the. But I just want to inform so that later on we
or I can choose which one I want.
Yeah, to you. It's not actually questions. It's just a suggestion. If you do things, then it will be allowance to go ahead. So the rule books and the rules are mentioned, but there are students who joined as externals. So in the external itself, there are diversity. There are some join through the college category, then some join in the self-sponsor
industry.
Industry itself. So the question is, when they come for the admission, they feel very much difficulties. The rules and the admission procedure are just given. So there is no separate kind of section or separate windows where they can clarify themselves. Even though the rules are there, but that are very crispy, and the interpretation part is very much kind of ambiguous. So my suggestion is that could you please request that there should be a external assistance help cell in the academic itself, so that in the later part when they feel some sort of issues, they can come to you or the academic cell itself. And again, when they go for the conference abroad, they don't get any financial assistance as the other students usually get. So these are the issues. If you just address, that will be a very helpful.
Sure. So I can summarize your answer of two questions in one answer. There are a lot of things which I don't even mention in manifesto, which I am planning to do. So it's not like whatever I wrote in the manifesto, I will only do that particular thing. This I will do definitely, and over the period of time I will come across with multiple problems and multiple issues, and definitely I will try to work on all those problems. Definitely, at least I will try to mention those issues to higher authorities. So definitely I will.
This is what we want actually.
Definitely.
So you become the convener.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. So
Thank
next
you.
question.
Hi. So I have one question from this academic empowerment research support. So you have mentioned that to host departmental level student-led research interaction sessions. Can you elaborate what is going to happen?
Yeah, so our focus is at least in each and every department, from every level. It's vary from department to department. What are their time periods? Like they are trying to conduct it in once in a month or twice in a month. It's up to them. But our plan is at least start this proper research discussion where one student at a time from one lab will present their work or whatever. It's up to them. If they wanted to present their published work, or they wanted to present their current work, or they wanted to present whole lab work in summary form. So it's up to them, but that will definitely help in their presentation skills. They should know, they'll get to know what are the content I am going to present, if some audience I have like that, or if I have to present my research work in 15 minutes, then what things I am going to cover in that particular presentation and all. And this will also help other students, new students. They will know ki, okay, these are the areas this particular professor is working on, and if I am interested in particular thing, they can just join it. So this will help in many different ways.
Thank you. Any other question? Okay, so we have some questions from the public who filled the form. So I'll read it one by one who filled. So what steps will you take to push for timely completion of PhD from administration side, from faculty side and from student side?
It's more authoritative thing. I don't want to say too much on that, but yeah, the restructuring of annual progress seminar evaluation thing comes into the picture. So we will try to push authorities to at least implement it. And whatever are the different ways, we will make sure that authorities will also work on them, because as a PG representative or PGAC community, we will make sure that authorities will work on that, will push them, will ask them or request them to please make some policies or some alternative to try to finish this thing, because only pressurizing a student doesn't work. PhD has too many pupil, so it's not only about the student is only responsible for completion of their PhD. So yeah, definitely we'll do request to the authorities.
So it's what steps you will take. You said there will be a talk. So what steps you will take? It says.
So it start with the ATS restructuring evaluation. First, it has to be there. The evaluation criteria, what is going on right now, currently has to be modified, updated, so that a student will get to know whatever their work they presented during their APS get proper comments, and they know okay, these are the things I have to work on in the next 10 years.
Okay. So the next question is, how will you push for more international collaboration and exposure of PhD students?
Okay, for international collaboration. So yeah, definitely, they actually, I have talked with the IR office there, and I don't want to say that particular thing. But yeah.
Designation. You can say with a designation.
No, whatever they are planning, that I don't want to mention here. But yeah, there are multiple, as an ISIR, I'll make sure that my PGAC team will get updated about, because see, there is one thing, there are some students who only want to go for international collaboration with the funding provided by the institute. But there are some students who are like, okay, I'll go if I'll get the opportunity, whether institute is going to provide me funding or not. Okay, so the thing is, at least we'll make sure that student will get to know about the opportunities, and we'll mention it, okay, this is the opportunity where IITB will give you the fundings and all, or the collaborating institute. But these are other opportunities where funding is not supported by IITB. But if you want to, willing to go, then you can go. They will get to know about the opportunities at least.
Okay. So the next question says, how do you plan to help the Inspire Fellows, UGC JRF Fellows with their fellowship issues? Is there a body who understands the rules and bridge the gap between students and academics, who regulate the fellowship contingency? I am saying this because recently contingency claim rules have been changed for UGC Fellows by Institute without consulting them, that means UGC, but just on the suggestion of the professors.
So yeah, there is a body. I cannot say body, but the institute authority have taken care of that, the contingency thing. And I had discussion with academic office staff as well. And they are actually updating a lot more things on the website itself, where the CSIR, UGC, students forms and all, and the procedure. what are the procedures they have to follow if they are getting enrolled or coming in this institute. So they are updating many things there. So the student will get to know about whatever the status is. So this might help the student to overcome these issues. So this actually comes under our FAQ directly. If you are facing such problems, then this is the website at least you go through.
Okay. So SWC support. PG faces a lot of issues because of the supervisor's nature. If they go to SWC help, all the identity related to everyone are taken from them. But it's not right. It affects the image of the faculty too. What do you think is the solution to it?
So I already mentioned in the manifesto this, considering this point, that we host motivation session to break the culture of silence. So this will help because they'll get to know, okay, if they are going to face some issues, they'll get the proper guidance or support from the institute. Because right now, I would say yes, the institute authorities are working on it, and they are very supportive to the students. So the thing they want to know is at least they should know, okay, if they'll come to the authorities, they'll support them better.
And the last question. So during hostel allocation, generally happens for PhDs going from first year to the second year is very late, and generally it tends to the APS schedule. Let's say if it's in autumn, let's say if it's autumn, it's around September or August. And if it's spring, it's around January, February. And it's a crucial time for every PhD to clear their APS and the qualifier which are planned together. So they are literally being forced to move in a day or two before the APS. So how would you help being your academic body, because we have to ensure the academic as well as the mental health.
Yeah.
And so being a leader for the PG camp, a GSAA is not only for PGSE to correct you, and it's for PG camp. So yeah. So how would you ensure this?
So yeah, this happened with me as well, and at that time we also went. We don't take help from PG camp, but we directly went to the authorities or GSAA, and they definitely helped. Although in starting they said no, but if over the period of time they agreed on that. And I would say, yeah, if you go with proper reason and politeness or request, they will definitely allow you to stay, and they'll give time for sure, because I already faced the same issue. Even with the help of GSAA, DNSA, we can ask them or request them to at least give them some time, like everybody.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So thank you, Anshu, for this session. I also thanks Insight for being here, and also thank my panelists to have the questions and for being your patients. So here we mark the end of this first SoapBox of General Secretary Academic Affairs. Thank you, and all the best, Anshu, for the next.
Thank you so much, everyone. Ronit, Parth, all the panelists. Thank you. Thank you, all the audience and Insight members. Thank you so much.
We'll